Robert Janicki, Parade Marshal, Memorial Day, May 26, 2025. Robert Janicki was raised in Branford with his brother and two sisters on Mill Creek Road in Branford in the Branford Point area. He attended Branford schools and graduated from Branford High School in 1965. Bob joined the Marines in 1966 and shortly after served 13 months in the I Corps region of Vietnam. Among his multiple awards for his Vietnam service, Bob received the Purple Heart. He resettled in Branford in 1970, where he and his wife raised two children, Michelle and David. Bob's career was predominantly in computer operations, initially with the First Bank, then Yale University, Harvey Hubble, and eventually the Southern New England Telephone Company. In 1983, Bob started SNET's Corporate Veterans Organization, which eventually became the National AT&T Veterans Organization, where Bob was the national president. Bob worked within the Bell system for a total of 31 years and retired in 2008. He was very active within the community, serving on the Board of Education, a Rotarian for 35 years, and active with performing arts at the Branford High School with his children. He was one of the initial board members of the Homes of the Brave, a 40-bed transitional facility located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. He also served as a board member of the Veterans Mental Health Community Advisory Board. In 2009, Bob went back to work for the Veterans Health Administration in West Haven as a supportive employment specialist, and then worked for the United States Senator Richard Blumenthal as a veterans advisor. Bob is the author of the book, Looking Back, where he relates his personal experiences in Vietnam. It now gives me special pleasure to introduce Parade Marshal Robert Janicki, a fellow I Corps Vietnam veteran and a stalwart veterans advocate. Bob?
Thank you, Denny. Hi. Good morning, everybody. What a wonderful day for this event. Hi, Bobby. It's truly an honor to be here, and I can't thank the committee enough for giving me this honor on this very special day of tribute. What a great feeling, so many familiar faces, family members, a lot of family members, thank you. Branford Yacht Club members, Rotarians, high school classmates. Where are you then, Jim? It's truly an honor to be part of this year's Memorial Day event. And I want to thank the committee again. Growing up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, and raised in this beautiful town, I never imagined having the privilege of standing here on this stage, talking to you all. I grew up in the Branford Point area, and our children were blessed with growing up in Granite Bay and Short Beach. During my childhood years, most fathers on Mill Creek Road were World War II veterans, fresh home from the war. We grew up in the shadows of military history with men that had displayed their commitment to country. It never needed to be stated. It was everywhere around us. This was not only true to our neighborhood, but throughout the country. Our World War II veterans, our fathers, had come home. They, like their forefathers, answered their country's call to duty with integrity and honor. I can remember going to parades back then. We had military marching units, military tanks, jeeps, trucks, all parading the same route that we'll be marching today. Although the parade composition has changed some, the core meaning is still the same. We are here to remember and honor all the American servicemen and women that answer their country's call to duty with the simple hope of keeping America free. Everyone that came here today to openly honor all the brave men and women who selflessly paid the ultimate sacrifice to protect this nation we proudly call America. Over many decades, our fighting men and women have stood up to the many wonderful freedoms our nation offers and rose to defend her. These courageous men and women chose to put their personal lives on hold. Every one of them wishing they could merely make it home to the safety and their loved ones. I personally joined the Marines in 1966 and served for 4 years. Before going to Vietnam, hundreds of us trained in California and then eventually Okinawa, and later flown to Da Nang for deployment. During a time of training, both in the States and Okinawa, we all became very, very close. In many ways, we became brothers. We eventually got into Vietnam and were assigned to the 3rd Marines, which, like Vinny said, was in the northern part of Vietnam, basically called the DMZ. And during my 13 months in country, many of the familiar faces from training slowly disappeared, being replaced by newer and younger men. Sadly, they did not really go home or get assigned to another unit. They were either killed or severely wounded, never to return. With the support of my many Marine brothers, I was fortunate enough to make it home, but those who are not as lucky are always in my prayers. Like many surviving combat veterans with us here today, have their own stories of deep loss. Like our forefathers, we keep these emotions very close, most never to be shared. I hope the ceremonies like this will in time help put those memories at peace. To the surviving families of these great men and women, please know their sacrifices will never be forgotten. Their sacrifices are a testament to the dedication that most Americans share to keep our country safe from all adversaries. Our forefathers displayed their duty, loyalty, courage, and selflessness, which are central to the American military tradition. They took action with the hopes of protecting our country and giving their families a safe and protected homeland. Their sacrifices will always be with us, and it's up to us to keep sharing this amazing act of love for our country. Memorial Day is a day of remembrance and reflection, not a day to celebrate. The picnics and gatherings that we will enjoy later on today are not of joy. They are a celebration of life for all those who came before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice. For younger families here today, please learn from the sacrifices of our forefathers and instill in your children the love for country with hopes of sharing some of our amazing history with them. In closing, I want to thank the committee again for giving me this tremendous honor to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that address. So we all know that there's very few World War II veterans remaining, but us Vietnam veterans hopefully will be around for a while. Thank you for that address, Robert.